I'm Chuck Ross. I'm the Secretary of the Agency of Agriculture, Food and Markets.
I'm Marissa Parisi, the Executive Director of Hungfer Vermont.
I am Misse Axelrod, owner and farmer at the Barnyard and farm to school coordinator at Washington South Supervisory Union.
Well, Vermont's pretty remarkable when it comes to school food. In every cafeteria I've visited across Vermont, kids are eating incredible food, from local produce to great proteins and different recipes created right in their lunchroom using food grown on our farms in Vermont. And in the last few years in particular, in 2013, thanks to Governor Shumlin, we were able to be the first state in the nation to pass a law that removed the reduced price category for kids because many of our kids were coming to school who only qualified for that reduced price category. They couldn't afford lunch, even though it was only a 30 or 40 cent copay, and we decided that was unacceptable. So we worked with the legislature and Governor Shumlin to remove that reduced price category, and ultimately 7,000 more kids in Vermont had access to school food every day.
We participate in the Farm to School program here in Vermont, and that program connects our farmers, our schools, and our kids with curriculum, with food that is healthy for them to eat, and it reinforces the economy and community in each one of our schools where we participate in the Farm to School program. It's a very robust program in Vermont. In fact, we are the model for the nation. People come to Vermont to work with our Farm to School programs, with the teachers, the cafeteria personnel, and the students to figure out how to do it best.
So I play both roles, farmer and school educator, working in the classrooms with students, and that came secondary. First I was a farmer, and I found that there's just this, for me, an empty hole in wanting to connect more with the community and students, and starting with young children all the way up to the end of education, and just found myself at the school developing school gardens and finding that that wasn't enough, that there needed to be more involvement in just having raised beds in the garden. And I worked with the Agency of Agriculture and the Farm to School grant and wrote the school's first grant, the planning grant, and then second, the implementation grant. And that really helped create a great starting point for the program.
Every time we link a farmer to a school, we help address one of the biggest challenges farmers find, and that is what I call agricultural illiteracy, where people don't know where their food comes from, why it's produced the way it is, how it's produced, and why it's good for them. So that linkage is good for the farmer because now the community understands their role in producing food and how they do it. It also increases their marketplace because not only the school buys their goods, but other people in the community who find out about that farmer can participate in local programs like a CSA or go to the farm and buy the food from the farm stand.
The bottom line is that hungry kids can't learn. And we want to grow the absolute best Vermonters we can, kids who get to experience the local food system right in their school cafeteria, that they don't experience any shame or stigma participating in school food, and that they're fed and ready to learn. And programs like the one that we passed in Vermont, where we made reduced price meals free for all kids, really just made it one less thing a hardworking Vermont parent has to worry about. They know they can send their kids to school and they'll get great food.